Well, hi everyone, and I'm very pleased and honored to be able to take Mike DiMuccio's position as he vacations with his family down in Barbados. What a life! If you got to have a job, this is a good one. And he asked me if I would talk a little bit about recruiting, which I think is one of the most important fundamental things. It's a gateway skill, and recruiting. Wow, I believe that's the universal answer to all problems. You can fix everything. Think of any challenge that you might have. Well, one of the big things in business is, well, I need to make some more money. Well, the answer, recruit more people, build a bigger team. You could think in terms of, wow, how can I get my group motivated? Well, get a new group. And there's nothing like putting a new leg in the business yourself by example. That's the best thing that you can do to another person, for another person. I've often heard it said that you can't motivate other people. That's debatable. I believe that there is certain things that you can do to help motivate and inspire someone to action. I think if you think in terms of how can you get somebody to do that, one of the best things is be an example of what success looks like. People need often to see someone else to just strengthen their own faith and belief. And so the best thing you can do for other people is just to be successful yourself. Another thing I believe that can really help change someone's whole life and motivate them and inspire them is to help them find somebody. There's always hope when you're working with somebody if they will give you names. And so if you think about that could change everything. I've seen people literally just dead, and they found a good person. That person got excited, started building the business, and all of a sudden it started employing a feeling that's probably one of the most motivating factors that there is, and that's fear of loss. That can be more urgent than desire for gain, which is a good thing to have, but afraid you might lose something. And so helping somebody bring in a new person and get them going, I've seen that work miracles. Perhaps another aspect as far as motivating and inspiring other people is I've seen people transform by coming to events. And so that would be a thing. Now, all of those things to wake up dead people. Well, what if you had somebody that was already excited and you helped them bring in a new person? Or if you had somebody that you were working with and they're already excited and doing things, but they, again, bring you another person and you help them recruit. Well, that's going to get them all more excited too. Or an excited person that's already excited and they go to an event, get excited. So basically, look at people who are already ambitious, motivated, hungry. And so that would be the best thing to do. Now, also talking about recruiting, and let me just, okay, I think everybody, let's see, current and new participants will be muted. There we go. Okay, so some of the other things, fundamentals as far as recruiting people is become the right kind of person that you want to attract. So much of Nikken is just becoming the right kind of person. And I believe you could look at different qualities to be really successful in this business. And I was rereading a book that I had read years ago, and it just kind of reminded me of something. There was a study by a life insurance company, and they took all of their top salespeople, and they thought, well, what do they have in common that makes them so good? And the interesting thing is they all had different personalities. Some were really outgoing, some were more introverted, different styles. The thing that they had in common, one thing, they just had a fanatical belief in life insurance. I think that's one of the most fascinating ideas right there, is just belief. If you really care about something and you're excited, so much of sales, recruiting, is just the enthusiastic communication of your own belief about something. And so if you kind of look at what we do, all of us recruit all the time anyway, and we're really, really good at it. And perhaps you've heard someone, perhaps all of us have, at some time or another have said, well, if I can really believe in something, I could sell it. And so if we look back and think, maybe we went to a movie, not just a movie, but one of those movies that moved us. Maybe we're thinking about that movie 2 weeks later, and we get warm feelings and just feelings that bring back those emotions. It was a movie that really affected us, and it's still that way. Well, if you're visiting with somebody and they say, well, we're thinking of going to a movie, you're going to be able to sell them on going to that movie. And we've all done that, and it's fun to do. Or recommending other things. That's what really makes business of any kind go. Even if you're a plumber or a dentist or an accountant, mostly what makes those businesses grow are they're good people, they're nice people, and they're likable. And so people, they do a good job and they get referrals. And that's what grows business, is referrals. And so the thing that really you want to think about in the Nikken business is learn about these products, get excited about them, just become fanatical about that, have real passion. And so when you're sharing this with people, it isn't over the top where you're barfing on people and upchucking and everything, but you definitely have a belief and enthusiasm about that. And then pretty much at that point right there, then it is just going out and just talking to people on a consistent basis and sharing that. I like to think about, well, okay, you went to a movie and it was wonderful. If you actually thought, okay, I got one of my friends to go, if you were really excited about it, you could probably call some other people and tell them about it and get that to multiply. And actually, that's what really makes a movie good. You've probably looked at movies that were really critically acclaimed, and they got all of these awards and everything, but they were a financial flop because the actors and the critics thought, wow, this is a really good movie, but nobody else liked it, and vice versa, where it didn't get much rating or anything among the elite people, but folks loved the movie and became a blockbuster. And so that's really what makes this work so well, is it harnesses what we love to do anyway, and that's share things that we really passionately believe in with the people that we love. And so get really good at that. Now, one of the other things is it does matter what we say, and if you get skilled at being able to communicate that, and if you look at Nikken basically as you're a master storyteller, and so collect stories and then share them. And some of the most successful people are just folks that have had a personal story. But to duplicate that, you want to collect other stories or borrow someone else's story when you share this with people. Stories, this is how our brains work. Pretty much whenever you're thinking, often it is in the term of remembering a story, something that happened and it's just kind of going along, and a movie is playing in your head. And if you can create that with people that you're sharing with, where they just vividly imagine this story that's going along as you're sharing that, magic things happen. Now, the other thing I think is really critical is just the way we're made. We can't help ourselves. We want to belong to a tribe or a club. And Ben Woodward said that really well. And it's probably worth saying one more time. He was the area manager or European manager for a big company, and the top distributor in England, who had thousands of people in his team. And he was attending a big event that had 10,000 people there. And Ben says, what is your secret to success? And he says, it's creating a club that people want to belong to. And so one of the big things as far as your story is when you go out and share Nikken with people, one of the things I always come up with is, hey, we're putting together something really special. We've got products that no one else has. As you can see what we've done with these consistently, they produce really dramatic results, especially if you've demonstrated this on somebody and they just experience dramatic results. Then you can just kind of say, hey, this is what happens all the time. And of course, if you can help somebody experience relief, being able to do things that they couldn't do a moment ago and now they can, this is like being on a mission. And basically, so my job description is just going out and meeting people like you you can't have too many friends. And if I can I make them a few more friends and share something that can change their life and get paid for that, what a dream job. And so what you and I just did right now is what I do over and over again. And what I'd like to recommend we do is let's go for a test drive. Think of all the people that you know. Do you know somebody that is hurting that would like to try something that's all upside, no downside, no side effects, and we'll see if it helps them. Also, if you know somebody that's ambitious and would like to have more impact and create a business that could earn extra income and enjoy tax benefits and just plus work with us and have a lot of fun. If you were going to do this, of all the people you know, who would you like to have on your team? And then just basically ask if you can go for a test drive with a couple of those people. The other thing I think is real critical is introduce people to your active upline. Make calls daily to your upline and have them tell the story. You know, there's words that just really have magic in them. And if you hear other people that are really good at selling product and sponsoring people, folks that are successful, what you want to do is hang around them and let them use those magic words with your people. And as they do that, those people will join. It becomes inevitable because it's just a numbers game. You're talking to people, you're saying the right words, you're plugged into somebody that already knows how to do that. And as that happens and progresses, not only are you starting to build your team, but you're hearing those words and you can make those words yours. As you hear them again and again, they'll sink into your mind and you can borrow those stories, those words, and how he does or she does those things. And it just rubs off. It's just magical what happens. Some other things that I really believe that are critical for this business that make all the difference in the world is when you're sharing with this, really have love in your heart for people, really care about them. When I do demos, I actually, in my mind, I say, I love you, I really care, I hope this is helping you. You know, I'm rolling the Mag Duo up and down their back. I love doing that, and across their shoulders and thinking, I really hope this helps you. I really love you, and I'm hoping this is going to give you some good benefit. And of course, I ask, is there a particular area that might be bothering you that you'd like me to focus on? And so they'll point that out. Maybe they got sciatica or a sore knee, or who knows. And so put extra attention on that. And basically do some really good demos with several of the fundamental products. Learn how to tell the stories about the different products, like the grounding pad. That works really good as an opening. And then the other thing is look at this business as not just a business, but a mission, that you have a stewardship and that you're out there helping answer prayers, that think about this. There's folks that are in despair, that hurt, that they're looking for answers. They don't want to take drugs. Maybe they don't want to try this surgery that they're scheduled for. Is there anything else out there? And so pray and ask to be led to people that are praying. Same thing with business. There's a lot of people that hate their jobs and they're looking for a new career. I was one of those people. That was in my prayers just earnestly for a couple of months. And this came along, and in a very special way, I just knew this was the answer. And so I just thought, well, I'm not unique. There's a lot of people that hate their jobs and are praying for a new career. And so I basically put that in my prayers, is help me find people that this could be the answer for their career, for their pain or whatever. And so if you look at Nikan as a solution to people's problems, and then just get out there and get busy, getting really, really good at listening and developing relationships, having your upline, your active mentor that knows the right words, doing that over and over again, just getting really good at telling stories, have enthusiasm, passion, desire, belief, read every day, get plugged in. Then all of a sudden you think, wow, the market for these products, it's immeasurable. Millions of people don't have these that could, and it would change their life if they did. There's a lot of folks that hate their job, that they saw this, they would jump on it. Just everything is in place. And so all we got to do is just hustle and go out there and go for it. But that's basically kind of in a nutshell what I wanted to share. And the idea basically is you basically want to have lots of customers and a few good people that want to build businesses, and then just pour yourself into those 2 or 3 or 4 really good people, helping them become master influencers. And that's pretty much what it is. It's just you become a good person, you become a key person, an influencer, and then find a few others and teach them to do the same thing, and just get that conversation going. And so I commend you for getting plugged into this call, and just stay on there, read every day, get better every day, make calls every day, follow up with people every day, talk to your active upline every day, put this business as a mission, and put it in your daily prayers, and think of it. This is a stewardship where you can really make a difference in the lives of other people, and that you're building a business, and anything worthwhile takes time, but you do this every day, and magic happens as time goes by. This right now, this moment, 2019, with everything in place, we can really make some enormous strides wherever you are in the business right now. If you haven't even got in yet, and you're hearing this as a recording, go to San Diego in April, and I recommend you go as a silver. There's enough time you could do that. And it's just fun to think about. So basically, all of us, let's run like crazy, not to just be to San Diego, but try to get a few people to San Diego. Those of us that were in Utah, where we heard Luis Kasuga and Ruben Yescas, Jeff Isom, the leaders, there's a new magic out there. And get on YouTube and look at some of the new interviews that we've had. The thing that with Ruben, with Luis this morning, the call, I can't wait to hear it again myself. So I will get that posted on SoundCloud, and listen to it, share it with other people, and let's go for it. But if anybody's got any questions, go ahead and unmute yourself, and let's talk about building a business. Or did I cover everything? Ruth Lowe, you're so awesome. What say you about this moment in time?
I think we're in a great place in time in our business. It's very exciting to have Ruben and Luis involved at this moment. Luis is just so from the heart, right? Mm-hmm. His blood runs, in his blood is Nikan. So to have that in our leadership is incredible. And so we are really in a good time in Nikan today. So yeah, I'm just excited. Please come to San Diego. It's going to be gorgeous. We just went to the beach to check out the location again because we can. And it's beautiful. So yes, looking forward to everybody in San Diego.
Oh, and you got the home court advantage, so I'm jealous. Yeah, San Diego will never be the same, including anywhere else. People that come to this, they will be transformed. They'll be taken to a new level. Coming to this, you'll come home with shining eyes, with real vision. And watch out after. Yeah, this just take it on faith. You go, you'll be glad you did, and it's going to be great. Hey Molly, you were in Utah. What were your thoughts about meeting all the people and everything?
Oh, I am so pumped up. Mike's contact and invite, and the system that we learned, I've really been putting into place, and my team is on fire. We've dubbed ourselves Team and Fuego. And it's really happening. It's just awesome. We've got 5 people actively building towards silver, and Entrepreneurs Club, and just super excited. I know Rosa's on here too, and she's having some amazing results. So
let's see. You had, let's see, Kayleen, you had Laura Fry. Laura had a new person that
Ellen.
My goodness. Yep. Not to go into details, but this lady had a rough life, a super abusive marriage where her husband actually took a car and ran over her legs, several times. Just a despicable person. That trauma. She was told she'd never walk again, and Niken came along, and she's walking, and she's found a nice guy that won't run over her. But I don't know. I just this company is a difference maker. It's just what.
And you know, Dave, it's super exciting. You know, even though she's had all those physical transformations, being able to communicate with her before she really got into the business. Once the business got into her, hearing her talk, we were just on the phone for about a half hour today, and hearing the excitement and the hope in her voice. And there's nothing that's more inspiring than someone living their purpose. And she's found hers, and she just goes about it every day so pumped, and she's so teachable and so ready to work. And that's super exciting on both ends. Quite frequently I'll have people call me and say, "I'm sorry I'm bothering you again." I said, no, you're not bothering me. I said, just turn the tides. Wait till you have someone that's calling you as excited as you're calling me all the time. Are you going to be bothered? It's not bothered.
I agree. In fact, I walk that through with them. I just say, okay, now let's just imagine for a moment. You want to build a business, right? Now let's just imagine that there's you sponsored somebody and they sponsored somebody, and there's a new person under them. They called you and they said, "I really want to build a business, but I really hope I'm not bothering you." You're going to be so thrilled. You're going to be excited, and that's working. That's what this is all about. That's when you're on the job, and that's when you're in your highest productivity, is helping someone help somebody, and plus that multiplication factor, because at that point, if you're working with somebody 3 people down, you're getting 3 people excited. Well, actually 4, because you're getting excited yourself.
Right. I've been I had some visits with my 18-year-old daughter and another business partner from Mexico, and they get along really well. They were both with me in San Antonio, and we had a lot of fun in San Antonio. And they were coming up with ideas for videos, and you just made me think of them. My 18-year-old's working on creating this video. That's the song "Walking on Sunshine," and she says, so the premise of the video is someone gets their Niken box, opens it up, and there's insoles in there. So they take them out and put their feet on them, and immediately the song starts going off as soon as they put their feet on the insoles, right? Walking on, whoa. So they step off of it, and then they're kind of testing it. And every time they put their foot on the insole, it starts this music blaring, right? And then you see him a few minutes later just walking down the street with the music blaring. He's got him in his shoes. So there's more than one way to build. And I'm learning that each person takes a custom way to gather people, but the steps and the process is the same. The system can be the same. So that's been a huge revelation for me.
That's a good point. Like I mentioned earlier, reading that book about all of these top insurance salespeople, all different, except for that fanatical belief, and being involved with Niken and having the pleasure of being with wonderful people that are top people, folks that have earned millions in Niken, but knowing all of them quite well over the years, they're all different, but they all love people. They all believe. They're idealistic. They want to change the world, and people feel that genuine belief. And what's so awesome is you can tap into those people. You can learn. If you want to learn how to play the piano or ski or do brain surgery, work with somebody that already knows how to do those things. And I just love this idea in our culture where we have the very tip-top people, and you can plug into them, and there's no charge, and the training is ongoing, and they'll actually come to work for you doing 3-way phone calls, and boy, that is the magic in this. I can do a lot of stuff. I know pretty much everything about the product and all this kind of stuff, but it's so much more powerful if I can employ an A and have them do that three-way call. It reassures them that they don't have to know everything, that I'm not this know-it-all, and they think, oh, golly, you're so good, but at the same time, they're thinking, I don't know if I could do that. When they see me, basically the whole system is being part of a team doing three-way calls and have those people do it all, and then they know that that's the way it works. That's so much better, getting them into the system, which is just people talking and getting plugged into that. Oh, it's wonderful. Reassuring them that there's support, they're joining a team, that expert is available for them, and then that's part of the job description. You know, call your active upline every day, or more.
Right. Totally agree.
Yeah.
I know Mrs. Kramer Weiss is asking about Ellen's story. Did you happen to get that on video?
I did. I haven't got it posted yet, but hey, just briefly, why don't you share it real quick, since we're kind of cooking this here.
Well, not a lot more than what you know. She was really suffering, and she started on the water was the first thing she got going on, and she says today now she's cleaning houses, and she says she can tell if she hasn't had enough water, she starts to hurt again, and she just knows to go get some more water. And now she's steadily been adding to her wellness home, and has a new story every day of something that's improved. So
I'd love to hear the part about her not being able to walk and then being able to walk. What products was she using then? Just the water?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that she is willing to share her story, and I'll see if maybe we can, Dave. Maybe you and I can connect to get her on a morning rev. Or
that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm of course going to assume the insoles and perhaps the sleep system, you know, things that would be specific to legs. But yeah, that's a good idea. But it is wonderful, and I remember just the part about getting run over and just watching her walk. She's pretty. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just. She was dancing that night. So.
Wow.
Yes. I have videos of that.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, anybody else got any comments or questions? And it's about that time. Probably a 30-minute call is about right. But oh my goodness, we got so much to be excited about, and just get really good at this. This is worthy of your all, and run as fast as you can. See how good that is. One of my favorite things I love sharing with people is what level are you performing at right now? Could you do a little more? You know, could you do 10% more than what you're doing right now? You know, add maybe a couple of more calls every day. What would happen over time if you did that? And it's just really fun to think about that. Wow, what if I ran as fast as I could? Just as very, very fast. How fast would that be? And just really add a lot of names and go for it. Don't ration this out. Go for it.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Take care, everybody.
Molly. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.